Welcome to the Breadbox, the channel dedicated to Commodore computers. I finally have the C64, and today we're going to do the unboxing video. We're going to have a look inside the C64, but also do a bit of a comparison to the original Breadbox as well. So let's get started. It's truly amazing how similar these two boxes are. The Retro Games Limited have really made this C64 box look authentic. Amazing thing is, in New Zealand we paid, I paid $239 for the C64. This is a bargain really, because in 1982, 1983 the Commodore 64 was actually selling in New Zealand for $1,295. And if we use the New Zealand Reserve Bank inflation calculator for December 2019, that's in $4,458 equivalent. Straight away when you open the box, you notice this is high quality looking packaging with none of that polystyrene that dominated the 1980s Breadbox packaging. The branding is on point. And I'm looking forward to seeing the power supply as well. Well, first of all, we've got the joystick. Yes, the joystick with micro switches. A vast improvement over the last joystick, and this should be brilliant to use. Inside here we should have the power supply and also I think the HDMI cable. Yes, it's the power supply adapter. Oh, that's interesting. This is designed for the New Zealand market. I watched a video, Bastish B64K. He actually had multiple connections in his box, but he was an original funder. Check out his YouTube channel. He's a brilliant YouTube channel. So here you go, this is the setup for New Zealand, and this is a 5-volt 1-amp charger. I'll come back to that in another video. We may need to replace it later on. And here's the HDMI cable. And finally, the quick guide. You can actually download the user guide, which is very similar size to the original Commodore 64 user guide, about 114 odd pages. That's on the Retro Games Limited website. I'll put a link in the description below. But this is what we're after. It does look good, doesn't it? So, what number do I have? Alright, 25,465. Not bad. What number did you get? Let me know in the comments below. Love to know. I notice here that it's got the three same sort of screws that the original Breadbox had. On the side here we have 3 USB ports, and on the back a 4th USB port. That's brilliant. HDMI connection and also the power connection, and of course the on-off button as well, which actually has multiple purposes as well. Right, nice looking machine. Let's do a comparison with the Mini. Wow, notice the color difference. The new C64 should be closer to the original color. Now this is my workhorse Commodore 64 Breadbox. It's a little bit dusty and the color is quite different actually, but I was going to use this just for size comparison with the C64. But just before we carry on, please make sure you check my other videos out after this video. They're all about Commodore computers and I would love for you to watch them. And also please like and subscribe, because I really want to get up to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and I can't do it without your support. But let's get back to the video right now. Okay, let's do some measurements right now. Let's see how close the two machines are. So length, 40 centimeters and 40 centimeters, spot on. Now the width from the widest point, 20.5 centimeters and 20.5 centimeters. Again, spot on. And height of the original Commodore 64 Breadbox, we have 7.2 centimeters, and the C64 7.7 centimeters. I found another Breadbox in my collection, so I brought these out just to show the size difference. You can see here there's quite a sizable difference between the old Commodore breadboxes, so the fact that it's not exactly the same size is not an issue. Okay, quick test. Which one is the C64? Which one is the original breadbox? Any ideas? Let me know right now. Okay, did you get it right? This breadbox, of course, matches the C64 almost perfectly, doesn't it? Or is it that the C64 matches the breadbox perfectly? I don't know. Anyway, the back of the C64, we noticed before there's only 3 little connections there, and it's a comparison with, oh hey, this is where you really notice the height difference of the color matching breadbox with the C64. It's quite noticeable right there, isn't it? But we notice on the back of the original breadbox all the additional connections, of course. And these have already been shrunk down to the HDMI and the USB port of the C64. Okay, now it's time to open it up. 3 screws, as I mentioned, and this is exactly the same as the old original breadbox. 3 screws to open it up. I notice the feet actually look very similar to the original breadbox as well. Okay, let's have a look inside. What? I didn't think it would look exactly like my original breadbox. That is awesome. Okay, oh, this is my original breadbox. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, try again. Wow, it almost looks empty now. Okay, sorry about that guys. Back to the video, no mucking around. It does look empty though, doesn't it? Compared to the original breadbox. There's 4 connections here on the circuit board. The original breadbox, of course, had 2, one for the LED light and also one for the keyboard. And here we have obviously one for the USB, one for the keyboard, and one for the LED. And oh, that's the extent of my knowledge. This is a bit hard to get off. Let's be careful. Okay. Okay, we'll just put the keyboard aside for now. We'll have a look at that in a few minutes. Alright, I'm just going to take the 4 screws that are holding this board in place. And just before I take that off, okay, we'll just do a bit of a comparison with the original breadbox and the C64. It's incredible how they've shrunk everything down from 1982, 83 to 2019. Absolutely incredible. Okay, back to business. This is the brains of the operation. This is it. I notice there's a heat shrink on the microchip, which is pretty amazing. And interesting, there's 2 spare USB connections here. I wonder what they would be for. There's a lot of potential for those actually. And there's these 3 connections here as well. I'm not too sure what these are for. Be interesting to know. Any ideas out there? Please let me know. I've just been thinking about those USB connections there, these spare ones. I wonder if you could actually put another USB connection there and then run a cable to an external battery pack so that it becomes now a cordless C64 like I did with my Mini, but also connecting an external mini hard drive. It'd be interesting. Maybe that's a future project. Now onto the keyboard. The keyboard actually is more weighty than the rest of the 64, and I think it's because of this metal plate that's on the keyboard. Looks like there's about 8 screws to undo. That's the wrong screwdriver. And that's the same sort of amount of screws that the original breadbox had as well. 8. So in theory this should come out, and it's not. What's going on here? Oh, look at that. There's actually a hidden screw behind this circuit board. That's not going to reach it. Okay, I'm just going to use a smaller screwdriver to try and reach in there to get it. It's pretty tight. Alright, so there's 9 screws holding that keyboard in place, not 8, sorry. And that's the keyboard. It does look very similar to the original breadbox. Oh, it's got caught up again. Original breadbox keyboard, as we see from in here. From the back, oh, still getting caught up. I'll just move that out of the way. From the back, you can see that it looks very similar. But of course, to really find out, I really need to probably take that keyboard out. Should I? Yeah, why not? Okay, just 8 screws to take it out, no hidden screws. Look at the size difference between the original screws and the C64 screws. Won't get those mixed up. So you can see they look very similar, don't they, in structure. Weight difference, oh, definitely the C64 is definitely heavier. And obviously the cables, a lot more compact on the C64. Now let's turn them over and we'll check out the keys themselves. They look very similar, don't they? The C64 and the original Breadbox keys. There's a bit of dust here. I really should be cleaning my equipment. Well, I'm guessing the only way I can really check out the keys properly is to remove some keys. Should I do it? Why not? Okay, we'll remove the Breadbox key first of all. It's pretty straightforward. I've got a key. Oh, this is blimey. This one's really hard to get off. Okay, got the spring, got the key. For some reason that was really tight. Okay, we've seen what those look like, of course, and we know what the little connection there is on the keyboard. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like on the E64. Here we go. Oh, that was really easy to come off. I mean, that was really easy. And there's no spring. And well, then it's interesting. It's very different to the original. Here's a close-up. Now I wonder if we can actually put the E64 keys onto an original Breadbox keyboard. It's not going to work. I don't know why I thought that was going to work. So here's the C64 keyboard. The whole mechanism looks very different, and the key goes on very easily. And it's back to working. Now I've just clicked in the original Breadbox key, of course. Let's see how they sound. It does sound very different, but it does have that mechanical sound. I wonder how it sounds compared to the Mini. Okay, definitely the C64 is definitely better. Let's hook it up. My original Breadbox, I use this cable, plug it into the audio video port and then into my TV. But with the C64, of course, we have the supplied HDMI cable. So let's plug it in. Now I'll just plug in the power cord. I'll just tuck it in under here, and also I'll plug in the joystick as well. Let's turn it on, and we're greeted with the language screen. I've chosen English, and I've chosen the 50 Hz. And also you can choose how your C64 starts up, either with the carousel or the classic. I imagine most die-hard Commodore 64 owners will choose the classic, and this is how the classic will start up as well. Eventually, yes. Now this looks like original Breadbox, but if you want to operate the carousel, just push the menu button on your joystick. It brings up the option at the bottom of the screen. Scroll over to options. This is also where you load, of course, games as well. And now you've got the option to go to carousel. That easy. This is a brilliant little machine. I look forward to using it over the next couple of days, and also we'll do tips and tricks with the C64 over the next couple of days as well, so look out for that video. Please like and subscribe to my channel because I release new Commodore videos every single week, and I'll be trying to do 7 videos in 7 days coming up very soon, so I look forward to seeing you then. And check out my other videos on my channel. They're all about Commodore computers, and there's quite a bit of variety there as well. And also check out the video I did on the games on the C64. I made it on the views from Zap 64 magazine on the time that the games actually came out, because the games were fresh and new at that stage and they had nothing else to compare them to, and those ratings weren't tainted by future releases that we know about ourselves. So anyway, check that video out. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy my channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the 390 subscribers I have already. I really appreciate your support. You're awesome. I'll see you very soon.